EcoCARE is a volunteer-based organisation. We are prepared to take whatever decommissioned resources are available, whether they be health or education resources. Part of the work that the volunteers do with the hospital equipment is to test the instruments to make sure they're working and so on. So yeah, everything we send is working before it goes. These hospital beds and medical supplies, can save lives, can continue to save lives instead of going to general waste. I went for a sailing holiday to Tonga, travelling around, sailing, visiting schools and hospitals. I've been in class, a biology class. The teacher would draw a circle on the board, some organelles, ribosomes, mitochondria, nucleus, vacuole, sort of thing, on the board, and then he'd get the get the students to go like that, and if they had a microscope, that's what they'd see. So, complete lack of resource. And you can't teach if you don't have the resources. Sometimes you wonder whether or not what you're doing is of value. As confirmation, in August of 2023, I was in Tonga visiting a agricultural college, and as I was wandering around the college, I noticed the computer lab, and there was an old Toshiba laptop that we'd processed and sent in about 2012, 2013, and they're still using that laptop. I mean, I came from a sort of, first world poverty. Background was, from a violent family. Having media illustrates to me that there are other options, there are other choices that you can make. It's significant. I'm working at a university whose job it is to build capability. And here we have a situation that relies primarily, the success of that nation relies primarily on the capability that it requires to identify and sustainably utilise those resources. The formation of EcoCARE was in part to facilitate that relationship. As institutions, universities are unable to access a majority of funding. As an NGO, we can access that funding, and then we can support the expertise that's required to build that capability in those particular nations. Through the University of Canterbury, we've established a volunteer group to come and process information communication technologies like computers.
I do all kinds of things, but mainly we work with being able to take those still usable goods that would end up in landfills and turn them into something that kids in need can use is great motivation.
EcoCARE has been expanding its operations into different countries over the past few years. We focus primarily on remote communities, those that aren't of any commercial viability. We try and work with our branches overseas to support their need in their particular country. So EcoCARE is supported primarily by small donations by the public. We're not reliant on any particular organisation to support us, and so we can come and go as we please. We can move quite fast when there's a need. We don't have to get approval from anybody to do whatever it is that we need to do, except, of course, by the members of those communities or the governments of those particular nations. The truth about the situation is that the money itself is used ineffectually. We wouldn't be a corporatised organisation that relies on large donors to enable us to function as an organisation. Part of the reason that we do what we do the way we do it is to be effectual, and to not be a party to that.